Hey yo, it's your boy Godzilla Brawler back again with another video. Okay, now for everyone who I haven't scared away with that funny intro, because I am attempting to parody other YouTube channels. It's been a second since I've done a video about Save the Earth Melee, and this video was technically recorded in the past, so if anything regarding anything in this video has come out and therefore made what I said obsolete, that's just the nature of the beast, I'm sorry. But I like to record these things way in advance so I don't have to think about making content like a day before I have to get it out. And due to the way I edit videos, it tends to take some time. Also, before I get into it, yes, this is a custom tank top. How do I look? Nice. Obviously, it's a reference to the Godzilla 2000 US trailer. Yes, it was so important that I actually got it onto a custom tank top because I needed to wear it to the gym. Granted, a small town America YMCA, there was barely anybody that knew anything about Godzilla. But I was also proud of the fact that I even got it on there because if you guys don't know, on custom t-shirt websites, you can't use copyrighted character artwork. But I found a loophole. Godzilla's spines are always described as maple leaves on the Godzilla 2000 design. I took a generic dinosaur and then I took a maple leaf silhouette and just dropped a bunch of them in the design. So it looks like Godzilla. And then the rest of it is just cityscape, fire, military. Anyway, that's beside the point. I just wanted to brag about that. So some of the things that I said in previous videos were incorrect, or rather they weren't incorrect, they were just kind of presumptuous. And to be 100% honest, I forgot about something. There are going to be 4 Toho Godzillas in the game, at least. We might get Shin, I don't know, but we're at least getting 4. Showa Godzilla, Heisei Godzilla, Millennium Godzilla, but we're also getting Classic Godzilla, which actually makes a lot of sense because I totally forgot that 1954 Godzilla was even in Godzilla Unleashed in the first place. Here's his intro.
Godzilla.
I think I mostly blocked out the fact that he was in the game from my memory because he was also a clone of Godzilla 90s, which was stupid then. So the fact that I thought that Showa Godzilla at all was going to have a 1954 skin or otherwise integrate the 1954 Godzilla was stupid of me, and I apologize for that. But it's not just him. There's 2 other classic Godzilla monsters that have been slated to be in Save the Earth Melee, and I'm just going to kind of talk about all of them in one burst. So here we have our handy dandy monster bio. Again, they may update this by the time this video comes out. Hopefully none of the things I say will be too reliant on stuff that's in it. Much like with Titanosaurus, I'm going to read through this. I probably won't have as much to say. I also have 2 other monsters to go through. Okay, so Classic Godzilla is kind of a clone of Heisei Godzilla, much like in Godzilla Unleashed. He cannot beam battle, so his beam has lingering damage. Interesting. Skeletal Godzilla is amazing. I'll call him by his real name. It's Ghost Godzilla, and they addressed it. I said in the previous video that minus Goji would not make any sense on anyone, but if 1954 Classic Godzilla is a character, then I think minus Goji fits on that one. I looked at his skins before, but let's look at him again. They listened to me, which I mean they were already going to do it. It was obvious anyway. But this guy's a skin. The fact that Gorgo is going to be on there is kind of crazy. Gigantus, the puppet, and the clay concept. I've never seen the clay concept, and I'm really curious how the puppet's gonna look any different. So Ghost Godzilla is awesome. We can finally recreate the movie that never was. Also, one of the names on here is incorrect. It says that it's 1955, but it's actually something else. His name is Timber. Get it right. Also, as we can see in that page, there's already 9 skins for the 1954 Godzilla. Hopefully 9 is not the capacity, but just what they're trying to do for everybody. Because if they can go over it, I feel like I'm inclined to say that if you're gonna add minus Goji, you might as well add the Oscars version of minus Goji. I mean, who wouldn't want to play with Godzilla covered in gold and wearing a bow tie? Anyways, just a suggestion. All the skins they have are great anyway. Similarly to Classic Godzilla, there's also going to be a Classic Angilas, although they're giving it a different name, and it's not Angilas 1955. They're calling him Angilas, which is a name that I've always thought Angilas was the actual name, so I'm wrong. There is another name, and it's the more correct name. Computer, play footage.
Keep firing! We have to stand up and fight!
Captain, it's the Anguinus, sir!
What?
The Anguinus, sir!
What?
Anguinus!
Okay, I do remember a lot of the stuff that was in this. The first and most obvious thing is that he won't be able to do the armadillo roll, which actually, speaking of, I'm wondering how that's going to work with Showa Angilas. That seems like a competitive move. Angilas is going to have a reflection move? Oh yeah, that's right. It has to do with the singular point version of Angilas. I have to say, the singular point anime was garbage, but I have to give props where it's due. It was an incredibly bold move to give Angilas time travel reflective properties. It wasn't enough to save the show. Increasing the cup size of some of the female characters might have been able to do it, but it was a bold choice and I respect it. Also, today on things I didn't even know I wanted, they're going to be putting the Heisei concept art design onto Angilas, which is also great. The skins aren't really all that surprising. I'm just glad that the skins for Timbert and Angilas from Gigantus the Fire Monster are both going to be in the game. And last but not least is the Showa Rodan. I'm actually kind of glad this is one of those things that I didn't think was necessary, but after thinking about this, it's probably a good idea, and the fact that they can change the character sizes means you can just clone Fire Rodan and then scale him up and then modify his moveset as needed. So this one's called Rodan, Hold the Fire. I imagine the size difference is probably going to be pretty big. So Fire Rodan's the clone? Then how is it that all the gameplay we have of a Rodan character is of Fire Rodan? Because if Fire Rodan's the clone of Showa Rodan, I imagine he would have been finished first before Fire Rodan was finished. I know Fire Rodan was in the base game. Ignore that, I'm making a point. He deals more damage and knockback. Touche. That is a lot of recolors, holy shit. 56 and 64 are basically interchangeable. I've been a Godzilla fan my whole life, and I've never really considered them to be all that different. 2004? And I was right, he gets his double smash design. So we have all the classic versions of the classic Godzilla monsters. I would consider Godzilla, Anguirus, and Rodan to basically be analogous to Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. They're the three, the boys. But while I was kicking around ideas for this video, I had a thought similar in stupidity to the World Trade Center stage idea. This is almost certainly not going to happen, but it is a part of the franchise's history, and I do feel it necessary to bring it up, just on the off chance that the dev team thinks it's funny. So Godzilla Generations was a game. It was on the Dreamcast, which was before my time. My first console was a PlayStation 2, and Save the Earth was my first Godzilla game. But as I said in a previous video, when I was young, I scoured the pages of Wikizilla for any and all information, and I also did the same with the Toho Kingdom website, and Godzilla Generations has a rather interesting feature, an unlockable that you can get. I never played it, but this idea is so stupid, it just might work. Giant Sarazawa. I know, you can take a second to regain your composure. I just wanted to bring this up because it's so funny, and it's so stupid. Well, believe it or not, I actually thought about this. You'll note that classic Godzilla's rage move is called Atomic Bomb. And anyone who's seen Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019 knows the Oxygen Destroyer was in that movie and it looked rather Atomic Bomb-y. See what he's holding in his hand? That means we already have the rage move planned out. We're already taking inspiration from the Godzilla Neo version of Obsidious, art by Matt Frank, Kaiju Samurai on DeviantArt, link in the description. I think this drawing may have been an April Fool's joke. Actually, it was definitely an April Fool's joke. But I honestly think it looks kind of good. Definitely incongruous with the rest of the game, but I think that's kind of the point. It's stupid as hell. And they already have a humanoid in the form of Jet Jaguar, and they're gonna be making Kong, so it's not like this character couldn't be in the game. It'd basically be like having a pro wrestler character in the game, but it would be a Godzilla character. And speaking of professional combat sports, if they made Giant Sarazawa, it would only be a stone's throw from something far, far greater. And something that would be less funny and more amazing. And every Godzilla fan would love it. I rest my case, Your Honor.
I'm gonna kick the Godzilla ass.
Anyways, let me know what you guys think of all of these things. Like I said, I'm just happy we're getting the classic trio. Nothing wrong with clones as a concept. You try to program all this shit fastly and easily. It's just the execution that matters. If you stick the landing, who cares? It's more stuff for us to play with. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I know I'm probably asking a lot of this project at this point. Look, I'm just happy with whatever they give us. I just feel an obligation to bring up these stupid ideas when I get them. So you guys take it easy. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.